Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the C4 Show. I am your host, Derek Dobines. Today, I want to talk to you all about some things that happened not so long ago. Remember January 6th, the day of the so called insurrection? Well, that all ties into one specific thing, and it actually served as many. Let me give you a rundown of what happened and who may have been involved, just to give you a roadmap, a guide that somebody may utilize to start some investigations and bring some people to justice. Okay, here it is. January 6th. There was something going on in the courthouse the day of January 6th. There was a vote being cast to determine if they could take a look at the results of the election and all of the votes that were cast and everything like that. So that vote was taking place. And for the first time, the Republicans had everything they needed to get a yes vote. So during that time, there was a call made from the White House to someone in the protesters group. And this is all documented. I know who that call came from. I'm going to tell you who it came from. It came from Nancy Pelosi. And also, I want you to know that the FBI had put undercover agents in with the protesters. There was a number of them out there. To this day, we haven't been able to get an actual number, but just know that there were undercover agents implanted in the protesters group. So when the call came from Washington, from the White House, to one of those undercover agents, that's when everything took a turn. Although I don't have the proof of that call, what was said, but I can pretty much tell you what was said. We need a diversion. We need a diversion because they are about to cast their votes. And the last thing Nancy Pelosi needed was to have the 2020 election investigated, because then that house would fall. So if you look at the video, and I'm talking about the video that they didn't show the American people, there was a whole lot of video that was erased, and they say lost, misplaced, or whatever they want to say, whatever lie they want to tell you. And so those videos will show you that White House security was guiding people into the Capitol. They would tell them, open doors, tell them to come on in. Now, if this was a rowdy group of protesters, why would the police officers there be opening up the doors and inviting the people in? That's because they had to implement this diversion so that the voting would stop. And Democrats, they're going to get everything they can out of every opportunity. So they also found a way to say that Donald Trump incited this takeover, which he didn't. Donald Trump said plainly as day, go in peace, march in peace, none of that stuff. And march in peace and no violence, basically what this president said. So when you look at the young lady that was shot and killed by one of the White House security, this woman did not have a weapon. There was no reason for him to have his gun drawn. And for this person to shoot and kill her, and if you notice, there's nothing been said about it, no investigation, nothing. This was all planned and part of Nancy Pelosi's scheme to keep her wrongdoing under wraps. And mind you, there had to be a whole lot of other players involved. And I'm going to tell you how they got involved. All the money the Democrats always ask for is never any accountability for it. And the reason for that is because they have to use that money to pay off people to do things they need done. So this security guard, I bet if you check this checking account, you'll find out that he's got a nice influx of cash. And unfortunately, the young lady lost her life, and that's horrible. So what I'm telling you is there needs to be a massive investigation. And I'm not talking about the kind of investigation that the Democratic Party is famous for, such as looking at the election results fraud, and they looked at all the evidence, and then they said, okay, we don't see anything. They only did that so that they can say they actually took a look at the evidence. And anyone that watched the evidence being presented cannot sit here and tell you that that election wasn't stolen, because there was over 200 people with sworn affidavits, and these people also understand that they would go to jail if their affidavits were lies. So this was all planned. So now you got the Democratic Party finding a way to get rid of Trump because they know they can't beat him, just like they knew they couldn't beat him in 2020. And let me tell you something else. The midterm elections, it was a red wave, but they used the same tactics that they did for the 2020 election to steal a lot of those elections. The fake ballots, the mail-in ballots, all that stuff. And if you look and notice, all the election laws that were changed by the Democratic Party just to help them cheat. So there you have it, people. You have something that you can take a look at and do some research, and if you really looked at this, I'm sure you'll find out that the things I'm telling you are right on the money. So they can't let Donald Trump get in the White House because they know if he does, he's not going to play ball with them. He's going to expose them for what they are. And they don't want that because a lot of people would fall. A lot of people were bribed by Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, Adam Schiff, and a whole lot of others. So I'm telling y'all, get ready, guys. It's coming. We need everybody to be alert and help to protect Donald Trump. Because I tell you, these people will not stop with an assassination attempt. These fires in Maui, all these things, the COVID-19, it was all planned, it was all released by the Democratic Party to serve their ambitions. So stay alert, stay alive, people. And until the next time, I am your host, Derek Dobines, and thank you for watching me here on the C4 Show, and we will talk to you later. And God protect Donald Trump. Trump 2024. Goodbye.